Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my first lifestyle vlog. Welcome to my first lifestyle vlog. I will be showing you a little bit of insight into what my average Monday looks like, my coaching, and some pregnancy related things like some tests that I've had done this week. I'm 11 weeks currently, so I am showing a little bit. I have just a little bulge appearing. Nothing too overwhelming just yet, but this vlog is going to be including some of the foods that I've been eating and the reasons why, and just some extra little fun bits in there. So sit back and enjoy. Yo, so I was going to wear pants for this vlog, but I decided I wanted to make this as realistic as possible. I don't wear pants at all during the day. At home, I usually just wear one of my partner's big t-shirts. I don't even wear a bra, that's how daggy I am. But these are the perks of being an online coach. I am wearing a C-bum shirt, very appropriate for my line of work. So I skipped my morning routine because that's boring as F. But basically in the morning, my fiance gets up a little bit earlier than I do, a lot earlier than I do. And he gets himself ready and then he makes me a coffee every morning. Thankfully, he doesn't have to drive to Brisbane anymore because he just scored a job on the Sunshine Coast, a great role in tech sales. So he brings me my coffee in my homemade pottery mug, and then I have my coffee, have a cuddle with my dog, she hops into bed with me, and then I get up and I go to the toilet, and then I make my bed every single morning. I'm OCD about keeping a clean home. The first thing I do in the morning is drink my coffee, answer my client messages, which takes me roughly an hour on Instagram, Trainerize, every platform that you could think of they're going to message me on. And then I have a chat to my VA, my virtual assistant as well, and just kind of get set up for the week while I'm having my coffee and kind of zenning out for the morning. But then I wake up and I go through my cleaning routine, which is just something I do every morning to kind of declutter my life. So I clean all the benches down, I vacuum the floor, and just make sure that my workspace and my home is nice and tidy for the day, empty the bins, all that type of stuff. So then obviously I get lots of water for the day because we all know hydration is the key to concentration. And then basically make my breakfast. You guys obviously will see what I'm eating at the moment. I'll show that in a second. Through pregnancy, I'm really focusing on a lot of whole foods and just listening to my body, which is easier said than done when you've got cravings and sickness. But once I've had my breakfast, I get stuck into admin for the day. So my virtual assistant will have gone over the payments for the week to see who owes me money, and then I chase those up reluctantly. And then actually they're really good. Most of my clients are really good, and I have had very few runners, ones that just don't pay me and don't talk to me ever again, which is honestly, I think I've had 2 in like 6 years. So, and generally they're people who just never had it in the budget to coach anyway, which is totally fine. So then I get stuck into admin. For the week, I usually do my program updates. I've got about 4 or 5 to do through Trainerize at the moment, but this week is a little bit different. So obviously the exciting time is coming for show season. We are 3 weeks out from ICN state show, Queensland, and we are 4 weeks out from IFBB and NBA. And then I think we're 5 weeks out from, if I'm right, the New South Wales ICN Classic state show as well. So I've got a client down in New South Wales. And then there's another one for WMBF, the World Show in Seattle, which I've got another client who's a pro athlete with WMBF. She'll be competing and flying over to Seattle. So that's pretty much the lineup. There is Miss Fitness and IMBA as well, which I've got one client in, but I don't tend to go to shows where there's only one client, especially if it's in Brisbane, just from a cost perspective. You know, all the costs for accommodation, etc., do add up over time. So, but this week, like today, I've already sent out, there's this awesome 2 weeks out checklist that I use, 2 PDF documents. One is basically talking about alcohol, sugars, peak week protocol, which will apply to everybody because it's a standard across the board. And It's really good for first-time competitors because they really just get used to what peak weeks look like, and they're actually not that drastic, but there are going to be some considerations. So things like, if I can find it, oh yeah, there it is. Really well put together document. You can see it. But basically like banned substances, lists of alcohol sugars to cut out, registration information as well, which can get kind of confusing with federations and knowing what to do, and what, especially for, I get so many first-timer competitors. And just things like being able to have sugar-free soft drink and stuff like that, like, you know, realizing you don't have to cut absolutely everything out. We're not the fun police. And there's another document which is a checklist. So this just went out to my 9 competitors, 8 or 9. Oh, 9, sorry. This is a checklist. So this is like the tasks and bookings. I'm super organized myself, so I want my competitors to be organized because I believe that it kind of takes the stress off their back. So, oops, don't want to knock my water over. Things like show nails, tan, just remembering, this is just like memory jotting, because a lot of competitors get comp prep brain. And then obviously the comp day bag, competitor numbers, program run sheet, bikini, heels, jewelry, heat spray for those who want that look, but some people are allergic to heat spray, so they don't react very well to it. Change of clothes, like dumbbells, I do take them to shows, but just extras are good. Phone charger, it's an obvious one. Pillow, towel, you know, your normal day's worth of food, etc. A spare bag for medals. People don't even think about that, but trophies and medals take up room. So soft slippers or slides, comp robe. I like a fluffy robe because competitors obviously feel the cold more than other people do. So I find that it's just, I don't know, more appropriate than a silk robe. You know, you're not going to get very warm with that. But yeah, so it's a very extensive list. There's obviously going to be things I leave off there because honestly, there are things that you just don't need on show day. A lot of people pack too much. But obviously for my male competitors, I've got a men's classic physique this season. I do have a girl in IFBB as well. She's a natty athlete going into IFBB. But for the men, it's just like, bring your trunks and you get a tan. Like, it's so simple. You know, I do recommend a pillow and a blanket for them as well because it keeps them warm, keeps the blood in, you know, keeps them vascular as well. And when they pump up, it's much easier. That's pretty much it. That goes out to the competitors. I'm guaranteed to get messages and questions after this. Like, it's a no-brainer, like, to this list. But for comp prep competitors, especially first timers, it's very nerve-wracking, and so you'll often get lots of questions asked. So I actually send out an email that also has a video, a link to a YouTube private video, which describes everything in the checklist, you know, all the registration process, all that type of stuff. You know, I am bound to get messages, so it's just a little bit extra. Some people learn differently, some people need a video, they don't like to read. So what I'll do is finish my programs, then I'll work on the social media calendar, and my virtual assistant will build the structure of that. We've got to change direction this week a little bit because Instagram's algorithm, sorry, I just got up to let the dog out and I'm exhausted. It's pregnancy life. Instagram's algorithm has changed a little bit, so we're kind of working on shifting with that because engagement tends to be down a little bit because of lots of different reasons lately. It's not just what content you're creating, but the new features that Instagram is putting out. So it's very confusing for content creators, but nonetheless, we're getting onto it. I've also messaged the group chat today about crop top sizes. So as you can see in this picture from, I think this is last season, yeah. There is crop tops there, which I give to my girls as a gift graduating from comp prep for the photo shoot, and I also give them some socks from Obsessed Gym Wear. So sneaky plug. I order my crop tops through Obsessed. They put my brand on them. So I'll do that today once I get back their sizes. And I'm also gonna order some tights, which I'll use through the pregnancy, which will have my brand on them because obviously we change shape and I want some more high-waisted soft tights to wear. Yeah, so then, yeah, I'll get stuck into the social media calendar. We also have an NIPT test today, which for those who've had one done or don't know what it is, it's just a test to test the sex of the baby, which is really important for us. We do want to know. We find out in 2 weeks, which is going to feel like a lifetime waiting, but also chromosome disorders and conditions and Down syndrome. So it's kind of like an all-encompassed test. It is mostly accurate. There can be some issues with the test itself, so we will be getting the 13-week ultrasound as well. So we're just doing both just to be certain. And yeah, that's about it. So if I get enough time, I'll take the doggo for a walk. Otherwise she goes insane And that is literally it for my Monday. But for the rest of the week, I'll take you through, I guess, what that looks like. I'm going to have, as a snapshot, I have a to-do list for my week. So got my bloods today. I'll head to the gym later as well. Tomorrow, a bit more content creation and the gym. Then I've got uni all day on Wednesday. Joy, lots of uni, finishing a postgrad at the moment. And this is a really heavy part. It's, I think it's got like 5 chapters in this module. And to give you an idea, one chapter is, it's like doing an entire subject. It's rough. So lots of biochemistry. Then I've got the dentist tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I just get a scale and clean every 6 months. I do have veneers, so I try to take care of those as much as possible. Have to let them know that I'm pregnant though, because obviously there will have to be some special considerations. Then I have my check-ins on Thursdays and Fridays. And then pretty much this weekend, we're keeping it nice and clear. We do our chores on Saturdays. We just obviously take care of all that. Get the house all tidied, adult life. And then Sundays we like to head to the beach, and I usually journal and do some more uni. So a fairly boring week, but that's pretty much what it looks like for me every single week as a structure wise, and unless there's appointments and stuff that goes in there. And obviously when shows are coming up in the next few weeks, that will take up quite a lot of time on weekends as we will be traveling. Yay! We'll be doing a vlog for that as well. So Alex, my partner, is competing in IFBB, and I'm really looking forward to doing the IFBB vlog for his show. It means I can take a bit of a step back and I guess let him have a little bit of the limelight. Ooh, my big fur baby. So yeah, that'll be really cool. And I've got my first competitor in IFBB as well. So it'll kind of be a double whammy day. But then NBA is the day before it, so it's kind of hectic. We'll head down on the Friday for Alex to get his base coat, or his first base coat, then his second coat on the Saturday, and then he gets his top coat on the Sunday, but he won't be coming to the NBA show, obviously, because he's got to put his feet up and rest the day before show. So anyway, that's pretty much the life of a coach. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ooh. And dog. She does absolutely nothing all day. Support dog. But yeah, have a look at the next few videos for what the rest of the day is going to look like. So this has been my go-to breakfast lately. Just during pregnancy, I'm finding that I'm craving eggs a lot. Maybe for the colon, I don't know. But spinach is going to have some folate in it, and obviously tomato for vitamin C, ham for a little bit more protein, and I prefer rye bread because it's much easier on my stomach. I've also been finding that I've been craving a ton of foods that I actually ate when I was a kid, and one of them is mango nectar. Amazingly though, you should be having a lot of vitamin C when you are pregnant, and mango nectar is full of it. It's not a whole fruit, but it does help me get my blood glucose up in the morning and stops me from feeling sick for the rest of the day. Alright guys, so we are on the way to the blood test clinic, Sullivan Nicolaides. I've forced Alex to drive. He's in prep and he probably shouldn't be driving, but I'm pregnant, so I take priority. We're off to do our NIPT test, and for those who don't know what that is, we also don't know what it is. We do. It's a chromosome testing thingy, non-invasive. I don't know why, but some doctors don't recommend it for the client and some do, just depending on, I guess, which doctor you get. So we got referred. Lucky for us, it costs $425, $450. It's not rebated by Medicare or private health cover. But we also get to find out the sex of the baby. Yay! Which is super exciting, but it takes 2 weeks for the results to come back, which is, I reckon, more nerve-wracking than the blood tests you get that take 3 to 4 days to come back. Probably forget that we had the results there to check anyway by 2 weeks. But how are you feeling about the test, darling? Considering you have to do sweet fuck all other than just not crash the car.
Yeah, that's easier said than done at the moment.
Yeah.
No, good. I mean, I don't really mind what gender it is.
You don't care?
No. Either way, it's a little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're just taking a bit of blood, aren't they?
I imagine if they're taking a bit of my flesh. It's called a non-invasive prick test, which I why would you just not call that a blood test?
maybe it's not a blood test.
Because maybe it's like a finger one or something. So we can't film it because it's a medical procedure. I wouldn't want to film it anyway because that's gross to put on the internet. But we've got another blood test as well. Well, I do. I say we, but it's me. The second blood test, I don't actually know what it's for, but we've got two. So the NIPT and another routine blood test. I guess it's for other disorders. So it's kind of like a double, triple whammy what we're doing today, but we get the results back in 2 weeks. So keep our fingers and toes crossed for everything. But yeah, I don't mind what sex the baby is either. I thought I had a preference and now I'm just like, I had a preference years ago and then it changed and then I thought about it for a long time and there's just so many benefits to having a child, let alone what sex it is, and they come out as their own little character. So anyway, wish us luck, I guess, or just me and Alex, the safety of me and the baby for the next, look, it's only 2 minutes away. Lucky all our clinics are like 10 minutes from the house, but touch wood, he's on next to no carbs at the moment and I'm on all of the carbs, so I can just try and direct for him. You can see he's really nice and flat.
Fucking
Alex,
so depleted.
Alex has no personality at the moment. He's a couple weeks out from IFBB, which we'll be doing another vlog for. So, or at least I will be, and Alex will just be participating. But he's looking really good. He's getting the shreds on for me because I am growing. What an ironic process, right? Taking on pregnancy and a prep at the same time because
It was not a wise decision.
we're a little bit crazy. But
To eat with you soon.
You get to, yeah.
You look a lot better than I do at the moment.
Oh, stop it. No. We get to eat together soon, which will be nice because I kind of had to stop tracking macros. It's impossible while you're pregnant. So we don't often go through things alone. Like I'm usually tracking at the same time as he is, or vice versa. So like flexi eating. So yeah, but we got through it. We're getting through it. Anyway, we're about to pull up. So stay tuned.
One eternity later.
Well, that's it. The blood test is done. Well, there was... Oh, God, that's it's just coming off already. There was 2 blood tests. They're finished. And because I was such a good girl during the blood test, I got a McDonald's Coke Zero from Alex. He's like, do you want a Coke Zero? I shouldn't be having lots of these, but I haven't been having any of them because caffeine is bad for the baby. So I'm treating myself, or he's treating me, to a $2 Coke Zero.
I wouldn't call that treat.
I feel spoiled. I feel happy that someone took blood from me. I'm fine now. Bye. Okay, so I have literally just finished up my workday. It is 7:45 at night. Yes, that's how long my days are. I've just finished replying to a ton of client messages, making some final adjustments on some programs for some clients, doing some deloads this week, answering questions and just really being very descriptive of the registration process and peak week protocol and adjustments to peak week training programs that I've had to make for my 9 competitors. So finished everything up, literally had to run off to the blood test and come back and went straight back into work, but now it is snack time. So I picked out also this outfit for today because this stage of pregnancy is really awkward. So you can see my shoulder definition, but my tummy is just this kind of like little bulb at the end of the day, and so I've got to wear a loose singlet to the gym at this stage. But as soon as the belly gets bigger, more noticeable and pops, which apparently is going to take a while given that I'm into fitness, I'm going to wear some more firm fit, or at least clothes that will show that I'm pregnant, so we're just at that awkward kind of bloated stage at this point. But it's snack time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have, maybe a bowl of cereal and some Red Frogs. like to listen to my body as much as possible when I am eating during pregnancy. Red frogs are my go-to carb just for pre-gym training. Again, it's just more beneficial to get my blood sugar up with a little bit more sugar, and because I'm still doing heavy leg sessions, I do need these carbs. So sugar isn't bad for pregnancy, it's just when it's in excess, when you are, going over your total calories for the day and you're gaining lots and lots of body fat, which obviously I'm not. So I give myself a nice little handful, and lately I have been loving Weet-Bix. So I'm gonna have what I feel like, which is 5, a decent serving, with, I'm going to say, some banana and honey, because I've only had I've had fruit juice today. I need to have another serve of fruit, so I'm gonna have banana on top of this, but I'll make it and then I'll show you, and I'm literally going to head off to the gym. I'll show you guys a clip of what I'm gonna have for dinner as well. So I didn't show you my lunch, but it was chicken schnitzel and mashed potato, because I can't stand normal chicken at the moment, but as long as it has crumbs on it. So there's a really good cauliflower, oh my god, I'll show you, cauliflower crumb chicken that I found. So Lily Dale do this awesome crumb chicken. It's not as high in carbs and fats, which is what we prefer, because I want to get my carbs from more whole food sources that are going to fill me up, like potato. So recommend these. I have only just discovered them, but I'm about to have my Weet-Bix and then head to the gym and come home, eat and sleep. It's a very boring weekday for me, especially this late at night, and I'm doing legs, so I've got to try and get through it in about an hour. Wish me luck.
A few moments later.